Hey y'all! Look what's at my door. Got a Scentsy bar, sweet. Okay y'all, I apologize in advance for being a little late. Like I said, I'm in Texas and I got the time kind of mixed up and I thought I had another hour, but glad I checked the event because it was like, you go on in 30 minutes. I was like, oh! So, and I'm doing this from my vehicle. So I'm going to stop shaking the camera in just a moment. Anyways, I'm doing this from my vehicle, y'all, because my Wi-Fi stinks. And the only place it stays strong is in front of my house, in my vehicle. So that's why I'm doing this from my vehicle. And I do a lot of my team trainings from my vehicle. But I wanted to see if anyone hops on. I see a couple of viewers, but comment below if you're here because I'm a little nervous, but I'm so excited to do this and Nick has given me an opportunity to talk to y'all today. I'm Amanda Aiden, and I am a Scentsy consultant. I'm a superstar consultant. And hi, Shonda! It's my boo with the accent I love. I'm a superstar consultant. I have been with Scentsy since I signed up New Year's Eve 2012. So a while ago. So yeah, I've been in the game for a while, and my story's kind of I hope someone can relate to my story, and I hope y'all get something out of this. I was writing notes all day, and then I was like, I'm just gonna talk from the heart. So I'm gonna start off with the beginning. And y'all, my husband just pulled up from work. Oh my gosh, he knows I'm doing this, but he's probably gonna come to the window and laugh his butt off at me. Okay. Thought I was nervous. Now I'm nervous because he sees me. Okay, let me start at the beginning. Before Scentsy, I was a single mom, and I have two awesome boys. They are now 15 and 13, JJ and Dylan. They are my world. I love them dearly. And I had tried direct sales before. There was another company. It was a great company, but I didn't get the, you know, when you just don't click with a company, you just don't feel the love, or you don't feel like you're a part of something. That's how I felt with that company. So I had done direct sales before, but I was working full time as I started out as an apartment manager, and then I ended up doing insurance. I was an insurance agent. So it's my boys and I, and my now husband. He was my boyfriend at the time. We dated a very long time before we got married, 10 years. So I wanted to make sure it wasn't gonna be a repeat of what happened before with my boy's father. Anyways, that's a story for another day. I went through some bad times because of that situation with my boy's dad, and I off and on had it's weird it's weird how you'll open up to people you don't know, but I really haven't talked about this before, like in the open like this, but I have dealt with depression for many years, since I was probably 21. And so, like I said, I was working full-time, single mom, trying to make ends meet, really wasn't making ends meet. I tried this direct sales company. I was really excited because the friend, she was a friend, she signed me up. She goes, I'm making this much money, and if you just stick with it, you're gonna make all this money. And I was so excited. Hi, Joyce. So I kind of had stars in my eyes. I was so excited to do this. Well, we had to do calls to get people to join. Like we had to do 3-way calls every week to get people to join this company, and I just it felt very, it just felt pushy, and I didn't like that, and I wasn't comfortable in that. And then I got bummed out because my friend who was with this company was like, you're gonna make money, just don't worry, just hang tight. And I was like, well, I figured, you know, I want it now. And that's something I try not to tell people now with Scentsy. I'm like, you start out slow and you work your way up, and that's exactly what I'm doing. So anyways, back to this, me working as a single mom and working with this other direct sales company. I quit like after a month. It was just, I didn't like it. I didn't feel like it was a family. I didn't feel like I mattered. So I stopped doing that. So fast forward to 2012, my boyfriend, who became my fiance, we found a home in League City, Texas. And I was so excited because it was a community that had a lot of kids that were my son's ages, and the schools were great. So I go to, we move into our house, and they're having a school carnival, and I take my boys to the school carnival, and there is a Scentsy booth. And I had heard, my sister had gotten Scentsy for me a long time ago, and I loved it, but I didn't know of anyone that sold it, so I just kind of I used up my wax, and that was it. But at this school carnival, I saw the Scentsy booth, and I was like, oh, I have that one warmer that I got years ago. I'm going to get some wax for it. Well, I go up to the booth, and there is a blonde woman who's super, super energetic, and her energy, you know when people have that energy where you just want to be around them because it's like a magnetic energy? Well, that's what she had. And I talked to her for the longest time, and I signed up under her. She's my sponsor. Her name is Raimi Babcock, and she is amazing, and I love her to death. And I get all emotional about this crap. I'm sorry, y'all. Anyways, so I sign up with Raimi, and she does my launch party with me, and it's a success. Like, I certified that month. Like, it was awesome. I was like, this direct sales company is legit. Like, you know, everything she told me that was going to happen is happening, and I love it. But, you know, she told me, you know, this is your business and you need to work it. And so I was working it that first month or two, and then I don't know what happened. I started doubting myself. Some things were happening, nothing bad, but just I think my depression was getting to me. I just had a bad self-image. I didn't think I could do what my sponsor was doing. She was going on trips, and you know, she had a big customer base, and I was like, I'll never get that. I'll never do that. You know, I was still working as an insurance agent, and I loved Scentsy, but I didn't see myself doing it full time ever. Because I said, I'm always going to have to work. Hi, Ashley. I'm always going to have to work. And that I accepted that, and I said, I'll just do Scentsy part-time, and that'll be my little side gig. I'll just sell to friends and family. And y'all there? Sorry. Okay, I'm going to have to hold this. So anyways, I said, I'm just going to do Scentsy part-time, and that's that. So I kind of fizzled. You know, my momentum in the beginning was, I was gung-ho. And then I kind of sat there and thought, this is hard. I'm not going to be able to do this. You know, I don't have the connections or the network that, you know, my sponsor has. And I see her doing these awesome trainings. And I don't have time for that. You know, I'm working and this and that and the other. That was a bunch of crap. I was in my own way. I was telling myself I couldn't do things. And I was just completely content with that. I was like, I'm just going to be one of those part-timers. And for some weird reason, I also didn't want people to know I was selling Scentsy. Today when I think about it, I was like, what was wrong with me? I think I was afraid that people would judge me because, you know, oh, well, I didn't finish school. I finished high school, but I didn't get my 4-year degree. So that always bothered me too, because friends around me did and were accomplishing big things. And so I thought, you know, I'm not going to be able to accomplish anything because I didn't finish my education. So anyways, I had all this doubt in my head, all these negative thoughts about myself. But I always loved Scentsy. I always loved the products. Scentsy wasn't the problem. I was the problem. My mindset sucked. Like, I just was a negative Nancy inside my head. And I don't know. Let me see. Are y'all frozen? If this is freezing up, let me know, and I'll move. Okay, well, I'm going to keep talking until someone says we can't hear you or you're frozen. So, that was 2013 through 2015. I just sold Scentsy part-time. And I wasn't really involved in... Thanks, Ashley. Yeah, today I know, you know, I think a lot of it is I don't... Maybe I've matured more and I understand that not everyone takes that path, but for some reason I just was down on myself for it. Thanks, y'all. Okay, good. I'm glad I'm not frozen. Okay, so I started end of 2012, 2013, 2014, 2015, 2016. Oh no, 2015, I was sucky. Like, my sponsor, she would text me, you know, do a group text and be like, hey girl, you need to, you know, put in your 200, get your sales for 200. And I was like, I don't have time for that. I'm just going to buy it myself. I'm just going to buy the product I need so I can stay active, because I never wanted to quit. I wanted to stay with Scentsy, but I just didn't think I was going to be one of those people that earned trips or had a big team. I did have one person join me during this my negative phase. God bless her. She's still my friend to this day. I think she maybe felt sorry for me. And she stuck with me for a year or two, but then she dropped off, which is fine. I did not give her any help. I mean, I did her launch party with her, but that was about it. That's where it ended. So, yes, we got to swing for the fences. I'm so glad y'all are getting something out of this. I was afraid y'all wouldn't. I'm a big baby, y'all. I'm sorry. So my sponsor stuck with me. She would text me and say, you need to get your orders or get people to order. And I was like, okay. I would buy it myself. So when I was buying all this product and I wasn't selling it, my husband, we got married in 2013. Yay. He said, look, you need to stop doing Scentsy because you're just buying the product for yourself and you're not doing anything with it. Like, what are you doing? And I was like, I don't want to quit. I want to keep it, in case my friends or family need something. And he was like, yeah, you need to just stop. He was like, it's just, you're blowing through money and just to stay active and maybe you should quit. And I was like, well, maybe I should. So for a little while, I was telling people, I'm probably going to quit soon. I'm probably going to stop Scentsy because, I'm not doing anything with it and I'm just not, it's not for me. And there are a lot of consultants in my neighborhood, y'all, or in League City. I have a superstar director that lives catty corner to me in my neighborhood. And there's several, my sponsor lives like 10 minutes from me. There are several consultants in our neighborhood in League City. So for a while there, my neighbor would say, are you going to go to reunion? And I'm like, no. Why? I don't need it. I'm not going to do anything with this. I'm not, in my head, I was like, I'm not good enough. I'm not going to be able to do trips. Like, why should I go? So I had that in the mindset still, that sucky mindset that I wasn't going to do anything. So I just continued with my job. And then in 2014, my husband and I found out we were expecting our daughter, Olivia. And she's 2 years old now. She's amazing. But it was when I decided, or when I was pregnant with Olivia, I said, you know what? My boys, they didn't get to have the childhood where I stayed home with them. And I want that for Olivia and my boys because they still need their mom. So in 2014, or when I found out I was pregnant, I said, you know what, babe? I'm not going to quit Scentsy because I was telling people still I was going to quit, but I never would. I said, I'm going to start doing Scentsy. And he's like, oh, okay. Yay! Olivia's are awesome. Okay, so, sorry, y'all. I love reading y'all's comments, but I'm like squirrel. I'll be like, oh! So, let me get back. I'm sorry. So, I found out I was pregnant. I had a new why. I had a new... initially, when I joined Scentsy, kind of backtrack, I saw and talked to my sponsor, and she had told me the traveling she had done with Scentsy, and I was like, I'd love to travel. My husband, my fiance and I were about to get married. I would love to be able to travel. But then I got back in my head saying, oh, well, that's for her and the higher ups, they get to travel. I wouldn't get to do that. I'm not going to reach that. So when I found out I was pregnant with my daughter, I said, I'm going to do Scentsy, and I'm going to stay home, and I'm going to make it work. And my mindset started to change, and I told my sponsor, and I love her to death, because Raimi, if you're watching or listening, I love that you never gave up on me. She never got mad at me. She never pressured me to, you need to sell, you need to do this. She was just quietly waiting for me to make a decision and to get off the pot, poop or get off the pot. So I love her for that. And that's the type of sponsor I try to be, because I know not everyone starts out knowing where they're going to go with this. So I had Olivia. One little factoid, I had in my head that I was going to go full force with Scentsy. I quit my job. My husband was like freaking out for a little bit, but we made it work. I said, I'm going to do Scentsy. I wasn't building a team yet, but I was determined to stick with it. So once Olivia was born, I was home and I was bored because I was like, I want to stay home. I've had this dream of being a stay-at-home mom, and I'm going nuts. It's like, I'm never satisfied. So I decided, you know what, I'm going to study and learn Scentsy like I'm starting all over. Like, instead of me saying I've been with the company for almost 5 years, I kind of feel like I've been with them a year, or 2 years, excuse me, because Olivia's 2. I started watching YouTube. I started following leaders and seeing what they were doing and asking. I still ask if I can jump on their team calls so I can learn all that I can. And last year, one of my good friends from school, she was one of the first ones to join my team, and she's a rock star. Her name is Sykes, and I love her to death, and she's doing amazing. So back to that, I just had a different mindset. I changed my attitude. I started acting like, okay, if I want to do this business, I need to treat it like a business and not a side gig. And I need to stop being embarrassed or ashamed that I'm doing direct sales. I'm going to start posting and not be salesy, but just to let people know, hey, I'm a Scentsy consultant. If you need anything, I'm here. I try to be more intentional with my posts. I try to post things like, instead of just flyers all the time, I do like a good word swag creation or a Canva creation, but with a 2-year-old, it's hard to sit down and get that done. So I try and take pictures of her with her Scentsy buddies, or my family or my boys using the Scentsy Fresh because their football cleats stink to high heaven. And my husband, I sent him to work with car bars. I sent him with Scentsy Go this morning, and he said that everyone at his job was flipping out over it for their vehicles, for their work trucks. So I started doing that. I started researching, kind of like I should have in the beginning, on how to be successful. And I had a list of other things that I did, but, oh, here it is. Sorry, y'all. So, and one other kind of turnaround, one of my friends, back when I was like trying to get back into Scentsy, I knew that my business sucked when she posted on my page, "Are you still selling Scentsy, Amanda?" Oops. Like, am I not sharing enough? Clearly I was not. So that was my sign. I need to get my butt in gear or find something else to do. But I didn't want to give up on Scentsy. So I started reading the news tab every day on the workstation. I'd go to the news tab so I'd know what was going on. Even if it didn't pertain to me, I wanted to read about it. I got more involved on on Raimi's team page. Excuse me, y'all. I got more involved. I got my head in the game. And sure, there's days where I don't want to, but I knew that's what I had to do if I wanted to stay home with my kids, because that was what I was doing this for. I wanted to be available for them, and I wanted to be available anytime my family needed me. So, and then workstation, you know, I would stay up, it's kind of silly, but not silly, crazy. I would stay up all night watching training videos and trying to just learn everything I could all over again, because I didn't give myself any, I didn't care to do it in the beginning. And it was my negative mindset that I couldn't do anything. So that's what I started doing in the beginning, watching YouTube, watching Training Center and Workstation, asking any and every question I could to my sponsor and on the team page. One other thing I did, which has completely made this business so much fun, you got to find a Scentsy bestie, okay? My Scentsy bestie, she's not on my team. She has her own team. And she is like my sounding board. Like, we talk to each other every day, and I love her to death. And she inspires me all the time. And we joke around and have friendly competitions about our sales and, you know, who's going to kick whose butt. But at the end of the day, I love that my best friend in the world is because of Scentsy. So it makes me appreciate the company even more, because you really do start to feel like a family. And I didn't feel that before with the other company that I started out with. So I did that. I found a Scentsy bestie. Like I said, we call each other peanut butter and jelly. And so I also started a VIP group this year. Guys, the VIP group, I didn't know about this before, and then when I found out about it, I thought it was the same thing as my business page. No, it's totally different. And my VIP group, there's only like 45, maybe 50 people in it, but those are my ride or die customers. Like, they want to see me do well, and they know I'm going to take care of them. One of my customers, she is my best customer ever. Her son knocked over her Live Simply warmer, and she was really upset about it. I used one of my half-off Hostess Rewards. I got her one and brought it to her. I didn't have to do that in the beginning. I would have been like, I'm not doing that. I'm not buying a warmer for a customer. My mindset changed, and I was like, you know what? I know she has been, you know, standing by me and helping me earn a trip to Punta Cana, and I'm going to do this for her. And she was so grateful. So just little things like that, customers appreciate. And it doesn't have to be a huge warmer, like just little things. I just started to pay close attention to how I can take better care of my customers, and especially my VIP group. So that's what I feel like has really turned my business around. Just being more involved and giving a hoot as to what's going on in Scentsy and what's going on with my team. I went from last year having 1 or 2 team members. Today, my 27th or 28th team member signed up, and I'm so excited. I'm so excited. Like, I never ever thought I would have a big team. And I never thought I'd go on a trip, and I went to Punta Cana. I'm going to look back at this and laugh at myself, because I was crying like a big baby the whole time. But I just want y'all to know that you can get out of your head and get out of your way, because you can make really, really big things happen. And don't let, if you have depression or just anything that keeps you from doing what you want, don't let it stop you. Yes, I still have bad days. I still have days where I doubt myself, but then I have to do something else or think about something else and just push through. I kind of feel like this business is like you're a baby in the beginning, and you got to learn to crawl, and you got to learn to walk, and then you can run. And I'm trying to run right now. So, whoo! So my next goal is to get my team to earn this incentive trip, or this cruise, this amazing cruise. And my goal for me is to make director, and I'm hoping it's this fall. I think I'm close. But I kind of want to grow my team a little bigger before that happens, so I can make sure I can stick with it. Oh, one more thing I wanted to show y'all that I noticed people really responded to, or my customers did. I started to put my face on everything. Y'all don't cry, because then I'll start crying again if I know y'all are crying, because woo, like I said, I'm a big baby. Everything makes me cry. But y'all, seriously, I had no team. And then like, I just started saying, you know what? I can do what my director can do. I can be like her. I can be like the people that I see on YouTube. I can be like Jill McCarthy, or I can do what she does, but do it my way. And the results might not show up today or even next month, but they're going to show up, especially if you keep trying. Because there's things I've tried that don't work, and then there's things I'm trying that do work. And so I'm going to keep pushing and keep doing those things. And then showing my team how to do what I'm doing, because I want them to be successful. Because if they're not successful and just me, that's crap. I want all of them to be successful. Even if it's just doing part-time, I still want them to rock their part-time status with Scentsy. Because they can change their mind. I changed my mind. So, one thing I started doing, I started putting my face on everything. I hated selfies. I hated showing my face. I hated getting on video. I just was like, oh, my forehead's big. Oh, I don't care anymore. It's me. So I started putting my face on everything, like the brochures. I did this on Vistaprint, and my bestie Courtney helped me do this. And I put my story on every catalog and every showcase brochure. And doing my Scentsy story on a rack card with a picture of my family. So those little touches, putting your face on things, trying not to be like anyone else. Like I said, y'all, I have a superstar director that came outside, y'all, to my front yard. She lives behind me. I know she has way more customers than I do. And I know she has a way bigger team than I do. But I'm not gonna let that intimidate me anymore, and I'm not going to let that stop me. I'm going to still try and do things that are different. So, if anything, y'all, I just want y'all to know that it's not, no matter on your worst day, it's going to get better, I promise. And I know things are going to get better for me, because I went from a place where I counted myself out. And now I'm not counting myself out. Like, I'm like, I'll be there one day. I'll be like a Nick one day. I'll be there. This year when I did the Punta Cana trip, that opened my eyes. That opened my husband's eyes. He was like, whoa, okay. I see why you're doing what you're doing. So yeah, and when you go on a trip, I know you hear people say it's amazing. They spoil you. They spoil you so much, and it's you just sit there in awe, and you're so grateful. I don't know any other company that does things like this. So I'm glad I changed my mindset, because I'm not going to go anywhere. I'm not going to. I'm going to stick with it, and I want y'all to stick with it too, because I love how I can't even find words now. I love how we all have each other's back, no matter what. No one is going to sit there and be like, oh, screw her. Never. Like, everyone is welcoming at reunion. This is my first reunion this year, y'all. I was blown away. I cried, of course. It was just amazing. And I can't wait for the reunion coming up in California, y'all. I'm going to get to bring my entire family, and y'all can too. And I'm going to do that payment plan, man, because there's a payment plan. I'm on it. So I just want y'all to not give up, because I'm glad I didn't give up. I thank the Lord that when I was telling people I was going to quit Scentsy, I'm so glad I didn't, Because even now, people that used to be like, oh, you do Scentsy? Oh, is that fun? Now they're like, so, you're doing really well, aren't you? And I wonder if I could do that. Or they bring it up, they're like, hey, well, if I need a job, I know I can come to you because I've seen what you can do, or see what you've done, and see what you've made this. So that's a huge compliment. My former boss messaged me the other day and told me that she was proud of me because she knew that I wanted to stay home with my kids. So she sees it, so people will notice, and they'll start taking you serious. You just got to take yourself serious. So yeah, I cried a whole lot of reunion, y'all. Oh. And I was tired. It was jam-packed, but I loved every minute of it. It was amazing. Oh, Taylor, I'm sorry. Oh, guys, y'all are gonna make me cry. Y'all have to stop. See, we're all the same, y'all. We're all the same. And I know there's people that, you know, don't like to show their emotions, or you think they have it all together and everything's perfect. No, it's not. They don't have it all together, even if they act like they do. No, they go through struggles too, but just some people are more open about it, and it's just, you know, makes us real. So I know I loved this reunion, and it was my first, guys. If you haven't gone to reunion, please go to reunion, because it is the best thing in the world. Like, I needed that break from home for a week. It was so much fun too. It was a blast. So, and it'll make you recharged, rejuvenated, and you're gonna want to come back home and hit the ground running. So I don't know. I know what I was missing all these years, and I wish I wouldn't have been so hard-headed and just figured it wasn't for me. I should have been going. I should have been earning trips a while back, but I just didn't believe in myself. So, all right, y'all. I don't know how long I've been on. I hope I didn't go over or anything. I love y'all. Thank y'all for listening to me. If y'all have any questions or want to say anything, just comment below. I'll comment back, I promise. But I'm going to get back in the house. And I'll see y'all later. Thanks to Nick again for giving me the chance to talk. I haven't done this before. I've talked to my team on our team page, but not like this. So I was really nervous, but I kind of got over it. So I'll see y'all later. I'll see y'all on the boat. Okay? Bye.